Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today seeks an answer for what? Oh, hi. We're going to be talking about the weekly reset for August 13, 2019. Everything that has reset in this week. This is the third out of 4 weeks of the Solstice of Heroes, so if you're looking to do Solstice of Heroes stuff, you have 2 more weeks, including this week, to get that done. It ends on August 27th, I believe, so that should be, in fact, 2 weeks. So there's a couple of things that you gotta know as we enter this week. First of all, there has been an update, a couple of things that have been changed. Read the big patch notes to see everything that changed. A couple important things, for example, the mini-bosses for the EAZ requirement for the armor has been cut in half and will auto-complete if you have that already. Secondly, if you're looking for any of the reckoning stuff, the chances for bad luck protection and all the chances have gone up. So if you're looking for spare rations or last man standing with 1-2 punch or anything like that, it is now the time to do it, and that will keep going on forever. So between now and Shadowkeep, you should go out and do that. And then lastly, there was a director's cut by Luke Smith online. You can see it's like a really large wall of text. Basically, he kind of goes through his thinking of game design, of what he's thinking for the past 2 DLCs, and his thought process and what he's learned. But overall, not a lot of new information except for the fact that he showed off a picture of the new pursuit screen that they want to implement in Shadowkeep. And lastly, before we get started, I just wanted to mention 2 things. First of all, right now, you could probably tell my voice does sound a little bit different, or there's a little bit less static in the background. It's because I have a new microphone that I got about a week ago, and I just wanted to say thank you to Blue Microphones for providing this microphone. They did not ask me to say this in this video, but I absolutely love Blue and Blue Spark and Blue Yeti. They're absolutely amazing microphones, and I recommend them. And as you can tell, there is no more static after using that previous microphone for like 4 years. And the very last thing I want to say right before I get started with the Nightfalls is that I'm actually headed to PAX West. So if any of you guys are headed to PAX West and you're also going there, and if you see me, make sure you say hi. If you ever wanted to meet me, I'll try to head to certain locations at certain times. Let me know on Twitter if you are going, because I'd love to see so many of your little faces there. And honestly, I will not be hard to miss. I'm a 6'7" man with big, bushy, curly hair. You cannot miss me. And oftentimes I'll be accompanied by my little bit shorter, 6'tall best bud with an army helmet on. You really can't miss us. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the regular weekly reset. I'm sorry I took so long in the beginning, but I did want to say those things. Moving on here, we have Inside Terminus, the big Scion dude at the end. He drops the sniper rifle, the long goodbye. I think it's a 90 RPM. Decent aim assistance, but there are better 90 RPM options in my opinion. Next up, Inverted Spire, the big Minotaur dude at the end. This is the beta mission, and he drops the Trichromatica Ghost Shell, which is something I still don't have. And then finally, Tree of Probabilities is going to be the Cabal dude with the little minigun at the end, and he drops the DFA, which used to be a great hand cannon, but it's still a year 1 weapon. Highest scoring Nightfall is going to be Inside Terminus, and the fastest is either going to be between Tree of Probabilities and Inverted Spire. In Tree, you can run past everything, but Inverted Spire is just so short. But I would say Tree is probably faster. But overall, really not a high scoring Nightfalls at all. As for the heroic modifier for this week, it will be Arcsinge, and the daily is going to be Blackout and Grenadier. So as for the weekly rotating Crucible playlist, we have Breakthrough, 4v4, kind of like a tug of war, capture the middle, capture the opposing zone, or defend yourself. As for the reckoning modifiers for this week, it will be Arcsinge, as well as the daily being Blackout and Brawler, which is pretty much one of the worst combos in the game. Alright, fine, I'm walking away from you, Eververse. God. Can't stand next to you without advertising all your stuff. As for the flashpoint this week, it will be taking place on the EDZ, so completing public events, lost sectors, and heroic adventures for any of the powerful gear that you may still need. As far as the Dreaming City goes, it is in its weakest curse state 1 out of 3, and you can find Petra over here if you want to do any of the things for the weakest curse week. It is available this week, and the Ascendant Realm will be in the Garden. So just head over to here in this little section here, which I believe is going to be the one where you have to go out and get those 3 balls around the area, bring it to the center, and you have tons of super. As for Escalation Protocol this week, it will be the SMG. That's because last week was Shotgun, and next week will be Sniper. The 0 Hour and Wish for the Worm mission this week is Solar Sin. The Menagerie normal for this week will be Arcsinge, and the daily right now is going to be Blackout and Grenadier. And as far as the heroic goes, it will be Extinguish, Grenadier, Famine, and Solar Singe, which is actually a pretty good day to do it because Grenadier is an actual positive, and sometimes there's just negatives across the board. And Famine is also really not that bad. As for the Menagerie boss, this week it will be the Ogre, Aronuk, beloved by Callus, so if you're looking for the truth, he's the guy who actually drops the start of the truth quest. And of course, a friendly reminder to go pick up Spider's powerful bounty if you still want it. Moving on to Tessa's inventory, going to be showing everything that she has available for you guys today in case you wanted to buy any of these different options. On the first page, we have things like 44 Steel, the Mirror emote, which is actually a pretty cool emote, I might recommend it. The Cabers, I don't know why I said class, the Cabers Glass Aegis. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but apparently it was. Obviously, these things on the weekly offerings are just going to be kind of an advertisement of the stuff you can purchase. Again, just a little bit of a shout out to this page here, the seasonal emotes. These different armor glows can be purchased with either Bright Dust and Silver. I have yet to get the Arc ones, but it's also good to demonstrate this every once in a while. And then finally, for the Bright Dust purchases, we have here still another mini micro. We have on this last page the Flag on the Play, which is an emote that we haven't seen yet as far as Eververse and being in her stock, but it just looks like you're throwing a flag for a sports ball. You also have the Guiding Light Public Defender shell. It's very rare to have both of these. I've never seen it before. Another Guiding Light shell, a ship, and the mini micro, which is probably the best sparrow in the entire game right now, which is so cute and adorable, and you have a little giant titan on it. It's just a lot of fun. You have the hip bump emote in case you wanted it. It's pretty much exactly what you think. A lot of images from certain animes just came to mind, but don't worry about that. And then, of course, you have the sandcastle ball, and then these things have, as if you've seen them before. And of course, make sure you're picking up your weekly Eververse bounties because of the way they're changing the Eververse items, not dismantling into Bright Dust anymore. You really need to get every opportunity you can to get as much Bright Dust as possible. And on top of that, you have to purchase each one of these items if you want them. Moving on to our loot box opening gamble giveaway. Basically, if I call out an item and I get it in any of my prime engrams, and this time we're opening up 3 because we're on the 3rd week without getting anything. If I call out the correct item and I do get it, we're going to be doing a giveaway on my Discord the next week. So just stay tuned for the next week if we do end up getting what we want. Let's go ahead and go for a class item this time. So if any of these items are class items, we are doing a giveaway of some free Steam games in the next video. Okay, so we didn't get it. Next week, we'll open up 4 different things, or we will call out 4 different possible slots, depending on how many prime engrams I have, honestly. I haven't been playing as much lately, but that's the giveaway. And for those of you trashing on Midnight Coup for being my #1 favorite PvE weapon, take a look what's on my hip right now. Yeah? I use it all the time. I'm not kidding when I said it was my favorite. It's awesome. Oh, that one sucks. Moving on to Hawthorne's inventory, showing off her clan bounties and weekly raid challenges. She has things like Nightfall, Crucible, Raid, and Menagerie ones with clanmates, and this last one, of course, is a powerful engram. In case you wanted, you have to be a max level clan to be able to get this. As far as the weekly raid challenges go, for Last Wish, you have the Keep Out challenge, which is the Vault challenge. Basically, don't allow the Yellow Health Knights into the middle circle area, and you'll be able to get this challenge. And for the Scourge of the Past raid, we have All for One, One for All. Basically, in the first phase of the boss area, not the actual boss fight, but the boss area, the part with the underground, every person has to dunk each one of the underground colors at least once during the fight. And lastly, the Total Victory challenge, which is going to be just like the Scourge of the Past part, is going to be the first phase of the boss area, and you have to break the Deception Shield 5 times in a single phase, and then kill him every single phase you have him. So the way you do this is you have 5 different people with the specific buff, and you have to take turns punching him with a non-buff person to be able to get this, or you use the Anarchy glitch that everyone else is using. Looking good, buddy. Looking good. And finally, the last step in our weekly resets. Apologize if this video was too long. I'll try to cut out a whole bunch of it. But, of course, a recommendation to pick up 3 of these every week in case you still need to get Imperials. Pick up these in case you still need Ruins. As far as the available bounties, it will be the Crucible week, so collecting Orbs of Light, getting Crucible daily bounties, defeating enemies with precision final blows, and decrypting... and decrypting 3 prime engrams. I don't know how it always happens, where I just do it, and then I have the exact amount that I... Okay, as far as the gear goes, you have the gear. I'm just going to go across them in case you're interested in any one of these. In the red text, you can see where you can get each one of these items. And then finally, the Ghost Primus, an auto rifle that used to be kind of averaging, but it's a year 1 auto rifle. And it's an auto rifle, so it's really not too meta these days. I'm so mad about the prime engrams every single week. But that's going to be pretty much the video for guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. But that's it. My name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.